PLL is the last step of CFOP, and it stands for permuting the last layer, which really just means we're solving whatever is remaining on the cube at this moment after solving OLL. Full PLL has 21 different algorithms, but in this video we're going to be learning 2-look PLL, which essentially breaks it down into 2 steps. First, we're going to learn how to solve the PLL corners, and that there are 2 different cases for that. And then we learn how to solve the edges, for which there are 4 cases, for a total of 6 different algorithms we need to learn. The good news is that these 6 algorithms contribute directly to full PLL. The first case we're going to learn is how to do an adjacent corner swap. So if you look around your cube and you see 2 adjacent corner pieces with the same color, those are called headlights. And if you have 1 pair of headlights on the cube, then that means you need to do an adjacent corner swap with these 2 corners. So this has to go here, and this corner needs to come here. So hold your headlights on the left side like this, and we're going to perform this algorithm. And the best way to memorize this is to really just keep track of what happens to this F2L pair. So we're going to take this F2L pair out and bring it to the front like this. Then we're going to do an R prime and an F to bring up this other F2L pair, do an R2 to bring this edge piece to the front and connect the F2L pair, put it down for a second so that we can do a U prime on the top layer, take the F2L pair back out and put it back where it came from, and then do an F prime to return everything. And there it is, we have all 4 corners solved. Next, we need to learn how to do a diagonal corner swap. In this case, you'll notice you have no headlights around the cube at all, and that's when you need to swap this corner with this one, and this corner needs to come to the front right. So it's going to be a diagonal swap, and the algorithm goes like this. It's very similar to the last one, but a little bit different. So F, R, U prime, R prime to take this F2L pair out and put it back in. We're going to do a U prime, then take this F2L pair back out, and return everything back to normal. So it's like the second half of the first algorithm. And you'll notice you get this T-OLL case. Then we just have to do the algorithm to solve this particular OLL case, which goes like this. R, U, R prime to take this F2L pair out and bring it to the front. Then we just have to insert it back in here in a slightly different way. Like this, do an F, and then we just have to bring this edge back, bring the F2L pair back, and there it is. Now onto the edges. We're going to learn how to do a 3-edge counterclockwise cycle. So you'll notice this edge piece needs to come here, this one goes here, and this red one should go all the way to the other side, and then the back is solved. So holding it like this, we're going to start this algorithm with an R U prime, then do an RU, an RU again, then see this corner piece, we're going to bring an R U prime, U prime, or R prime, sorry, to bring this and create this line. Then just do a U prime to bring the line over, and an R2 to put everything back in. And there it is. Next up, we have a clockwise 3-way edge cycle. So this blue one comes to the front and this goes here. And then you have your solved edge at the back. The algorithm for this is just the counterclockwise algorithm reversed. So we're going to start by moving this white line to the front with an R2, then bring it over here to the front, then do an RU, R prime, U prime, and then R prime, U prime again. And now you'll notice there's this corner here. We're going to bring it up to connect this F2L pair. Then we have to insert this F2L, and there it is. Moving on to another case for the edges you might run into. So here the edges have to be swapped across from each other. It's really easy to recognize because you'll always notice this blue-green and this red-orange next to each other. And the algorithm for this is going to be M2, U prime, M2, U2, M2, U prime, M2. It's a really fun one, and you can also actually do it the other way. So you do M2, U, M2, U2, M2, U, M2. I prefer to do it with the U primes just because I find it easier to do the M moves with my right hand. And the way I actually do the finger trick is using my ring finger here, like this, and then followed by my middle finger pushing it down, like that. And it just becomes one smooth motion. Finally, here is the last edge case that we need to learn that you might run into. Here you'll notice that the edges have to be swapped adjacent to each other. So these two have to be swapped and these two. So you're going to hold it like this, where the ones that need to be swapped are on the front and on the left. Then do a U, then a M prime, U prime, M2, U prime, M2, U prime, M prime, and then we just have to solve the middle layer with a U2, then do an M2 to put everything back, and there it is. It's a bit of a tricky one, you just got to practice it to get the hang of it. So that's all there is to learning to look PLL. You just have to learn how to solve the corners first and then the edges second. And this will significantly speed up your times compared to beginner's method. And once you solve this, I would highly recommend learning full PLL. I have a video to that linked in the description, or you can click on the video at the end of this one. If you're wondering where I get my cubes, I get them from speedcubeshop.com, and you can use code Paradox for a discount. If you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.